Hey folks, and welcome to Drinking Alone with Friend, a podcast where two friends drink alone together. My name's Chris.
And I'm Obert.
End of list of people.
That's how Drinking Alone with Friend works.
Oh man, Obert, how are you?
I'm doing good. I'm ready for this intimate one-on-one podcast we got ahead of us.
I know. I just think of the listeners at home waiting for the soundboard, right? You know, They're just on the edge of their seats.
Honestly, they probably stopped by now. Most of the diehard soundboard fans have probably turned the episode off, knowing there's no Ted.
Oh, but Tud, relatively last minute, could not make the recording, so we can all just imagine what's going on with him right now.
He had a skydiving accident.
Yeah.
He was going to get on the plane and tripped, and shoelaces untied. And then he got a really bad skinned knee, so he couldn't go skydiving.
Yeah, he was very upset about it.
Yeah, that's why he's not here.
They got a picture of it and put it up on Facebook, and he's been crying all day. It was a sad time, but
at least now I can tell people that he was in a skydiving accident
and live to tell the tale.
I live to tell about it.
Yeah. He doesn't have to go into much detail. They'll probably just be wowed by the fact that he had a skydiving accident. Be like, "Oh, dang, you're lucky to be alive." He's like, "I am."
Yeah,
I'm very.
You don't
brave.
want to know the details.
You definitely don't want to know the details. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm going to save you. I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah.
Oh, so what? Anything fun and exciting with you? No skydiving accidents?
Nope. No unsuccessful skydiving over here. Yeah. It's the end of April already.
I know. We have family visiting, and it was 80 something degrees today, and it was spectacular. So it was nice, and we actually went to a new brewery today. It was a lot of fun.
We were just talking about how we don't do that anymore.
I know. It was a lot of fun. We went out and went to this like really good tap house, and then we went to a new brewery, and who knows, maybe I have a crowler of them to drink tonight. I know, it's very, very mysterious. But it was really cool.
Quite the bait and switch if you didn't.
And now I'm going to be drinking non-alcoholic Bud Light.
80 degrees. I cannot imagine that, like needing air conditioning already.
In April?
In April.
Yeah, it was 80. It was warmer. Yes, I think it was 86 yesterday. I think it was like just around 80 today. It's supposed to be
like
80.
Almost 90 at that point. You can round it up to 90.
Basically rounded up. Yeah. But it's been hot, but it's been fun. Going outside and kids playing the pool, and I drink the beer and all that fun stuff. So it does the trick. There's this brewery that opened up in Mooresville, and we've been wanting to go. It's called Hoptown Brewing Company.
Okay.
And I don't know if they're a chain or anything like that, but I will say space was nice. The beer was pretty good.
I will say it does have a name like it's a chain. I'm going to say I'm giving that name 3 out of 5 stars.
No, it really does, and that's why I even said it, because normally you're like, Treehouse Brewing Company or whatever. You're like, okay, probably not going to be another Treehouse. I mean, there could be.
Yeah.
But Hoptown does sound like very chainy. So Hoptown, right in if you're listening. Whichever Hoptown you work at, not even the one in Mooresville. But I will they do brew their beer on site, which is nice. And I had a flight, and it was all pretty good. And I took a chance, and I bought a crowler. I don't know. Do you ever do this? Do you ever just buy a crowler of something you didn't have?
If it's like one I wanted to get to but didn't, sometimes I'd like to get a sampler before I commit to a whole crowler. Let me get a little taste of this, make sure I like it before I commit. But
see,
sometimes you just want to throw a dart at that dartboard and find out, I guess.
I mean, I feel like I do that more often than not. And I was talking with Dana about this on the ride home, because I got a crowler of something I did not try even a sample of at the brewery, and it sounds good. It sounded good, but she was like, well, why didn't you ask for a sample? And I was like, I always feel weird asking for a sample because, like, what if I don't like it and I go with something else? And it's like, oh, you're just, you know,
just getting a free beer.
You got to sip a free beer. And she says it's ridiculous because they want you to enjoy the beer and tell people about it. And I was like, yeah, but what if I just didn't get one? Never mind.
That exact same scenario happened to me last Friday. I went to a brewery. I got a sample of one of their sours they had on tap. It was garbage. Not good. And then they had a second sour that was barrel aged. I'm like, actually, can I get a sample of that instead? Because now I'm like, okay, they know that I was trying the sour because I was going to like it. Like, you know.
Right,
like,
right.
And then I felt weird being like, okay, I'll get a pint of the hazy IPA. So I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I'll take this. But it was just fine.
Yeah. No, that I always feel either awkward or obligated. One of the two. To order one of them. I don't know. It's just a weird because I know they obviously it's like what 5 cents a beer. Like they don't care, but like
yeah.
If they offer, I'll take it. I won't ask though. You know, like if they're like, oh, you want to try it first before you like buy a whole crowler? I'm like, oh, that's probably a good idea. And then
okay, maybe this is the question: how many samples do you have to drink before it's like you basically got a free flight? Like that's kind of what I'm trying to get at the limit. Like. You know,
I mean, because they use the sample glass, and what do they give you, like a third of it, if that, like a couple swigs, maybe an ounce or two. I don't know. So like I don't know, you'd have to have like what 4 5-ounce pours, 20 ounces. So you have to do 10 different samples.
Just keep throwing those samples back.
Yeah, just be like, yeah, you know, what about the next one? What about the next one though? Yeah. But the one I have is a sour, and it's called Disco Kid. It's 7.2%, so it's up there. It's up there for a sour. And I wish I took a picture of what the plaque said because I don't remember all of the flavors. I know it was like orange and pineapple and orange or something along those lines. But I have a whole crowler, so I'm gonna steal the spotlight and go first, so I can
go for it. It's beer 30. Yeah, baby.
Ooh, smells sour. It smells like sour orange juice. All right, pouring it in. Very, very nice smell. So.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like the way that looks.
It does look very, very nice. It's hazy. It almost looks like it's a New England IPA or what do we call them? Hazy ales. It's almost like a hazy ale, but once you get the smell going. Very strong citrus aroma, very strong citrus, and you can definitely tell it's a sour. You can definitely it has that distinct sour smell. Top it off real quick. The head is nice and frothy. It is long lasting so far. That's right, long lasting, 30 seconds. But it's a very picturesque beer. It's a very, very pretty beer. So
it's a little bit redder, like orange, like browner. I don't know.
Yeah. It's not quite like as vibrant an orange yellow as like a hazy IPA would be, but like it does have a little bit of that dark, a little bit darker than what you anticipate. The smell, just citrus. I get a lot of it, so I'm excited. I think it's gonna be kind of pretty orange juicy. So Hoptown, since all your locations are listening, I hope it's good. The beer there was pretty good. I did my typical, like I had the saison, I had the stout. I picked hazy IPA, and then I let the bartender pick my last one. And I always get them. They're like, "Do you like IPAs?" And I'm like, "No. Just pick something.
Right.
Just put something in the cup and put it on the board. I don't care. I don't care what it is. I'll drink it." And she picked an American IPA, and it was really good. That was the best one. So she picked the best one out of all of them. So here we go. Let's see. Is this gonna be good? Hopefully,
because you got a lot of it to drink.
I got this plus a whole nother glass. So hopefully we got it. All right. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, this is really good. Holy cow. This is good. Wow. Okay. There's a lot going on in this beer. It definitely has like that pucker effect to it. It is a sour. My mouth is salivating right now because of
high up on the sour scale.
It's pretty bitter, pretty high on the sour scale, but it works well because it definitely I remember it saying orange, and it is like orange. It's like I said a sour orange juice, but it's got like just a nice balance of like the sour, the sourness and the orange juice. And it didn't say orange juice, but it's got a little bit of sweetness on the backside of it. Like you do get hit with the sour notes, but it's got like those sweet undertones, which balance it out really nice. It's like,
well, I have their website pulled up.
Oh, uh-oh.
And I have their description of the beer, as well as the number of locations they have.
Oh, okay. So so it is a chain.
It is not a chain. The number of locations is 1.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
the only one is the only one is near me. Well, Hoptown, get a better name.
Yeah. Who knew that Mooresville was also known as Hoptown? But
right.
And so there are 3 flavor descriptors, which I think it seems like are probably added to the beer, are orange slices. So you're right on the money with that one.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely get orange.
Fresh squeezed lime.
Okay.
You could see it.
I can see it on the back end. Yeah, I think. Hold on. And now it's gonna like plague my mind. Oh, it's gonna be only lime beer.
It's basically a Bud Light lime.
That got me. Okay.
And the third one,
yep,
which I would save to last because I think it's going to totally.
If you say coconut,
no coconut.
Okay, good.
But raspberry.
Oh, I could definitely taste the lime on the back end. Now that you mention it, obviously, raspberry could probably add that tartness that I'm talking about. I think that's where that's coming from because I don't get a lot of raspberry flavor from it, but I can see orange raspberry working really well together. This is the best beer I had from them.
Nice. That's a very good shot in the dark.
I know. Well, it read good. I will say it's more my fault than it's my fridge's fault. It's probably not as cold as I want it. I probably maybe want a little bit colder, but it's still good.
The first glass is a good temperature.
Yeah, second one, who knows? It's gonna be a rough second glass. I mean, it's 7.2%. I don't taste any of it. It's really good. I can see, hot day having a nice cold one of these. And it's 7%, so you're gonna get drunk. You won't even know it.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's really good. They did a really good job with this one.
Like they squeezed 2 Bud Light limes into 1 can.
Yeah, they two parts Bud Light lime, one raspberry Bud Light Arita, and then a Bud Light orange, and that's what it is. Man, this is hard because I think I like this more than everybody else. I'm gonna say, and I don't know. I checked in all their other beers, so I know where their other beers sat. But I'm gonna say that I'm gonna give this a 4.25. Like I'm really digging it. Like it's really good. They did a good job.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
High for fruited sour, I'll say.
Especially one with like, and I'm gonna sound like one of those guys, but especially one without like any lactose or any additives like that. Like, because a lot of times like those fruited sours, you get those like it's almost more of a smoothie than it is
the milkshakey ones.
Yeah, and I like those, but this is like for a fruited sour, like this is very, very good. And I like fruited sours. Sal, not IPA biased.
There was some discussion in the Discord before recording today.
Yeah.
If you want to get on our show, all you have to do is like Monday at like between 5 and 7 o'clock. Just sign up to Discord and throw shade at one of the co-hosts, and you'll make the episode for sure.
But it is good. It's the best beer I had over there. So
nice.
Yeah.
I will say fruited sours, it's very easy to get off flavors. I feel like it's very easy in the brewing process for stuff to just kind of go weird and not ferment correctly.
Yeah.
And you end up with like a bad batch or a bad keg, or if it gets too warm, it's if it's been out of the fridge and you put it back in, it can get just off.
Yeah.
So it's encouraging to hear that this is the best beer that they made that you tried, and
right.
It's a good sign for this brewery, assuming it sounds like it's on the newer side.
Yeah, I mean, I think they may have opened like a year or a year and a half ago, but it was like in the middle of the pandemic, and like we weren't able to go. So it was like a really good excuse to get out there and go. And it was nice. Like the whole thing is fenced in the back, so we let the kids run around. They just ran around. They said hi to everybody, made friends. and we enjoyed some beers. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. It makes me miss it so much more, though. Like it's just hard to. It'll be hard to like not go. Like every week now. But that.
Well, so I have some less than good news, and that's that there are 18 check-ins.
Oh no! Damn it! Oh snap! I was wondering what that was. Oh, so it must be newer. I assume it is.
The beer's got to be. Well, let's see. The oldest check-in of this beer is March 24th. So. Okay,
so it's a month old. Even with a month, I'm surprised 18 check-ins. But
yeah, this is like Montana level of check-in activity.
I know. I'm very worried right now because I had a number, but I don't feel comfortable with it anymore.
Just stick with it. Pretend I said 50 check-ins. No, I hear you. It's tough when there's that few.
It's like, I think it's very good. I like fruited sours. I know what the other beers were rated, which I'll disclose. All of them were higher than me except for one, but none of them were above 4. So I'm trying to like gauge the clientele on that very, very small 4 check-in. I've only checked in 4 beers. And that was a very small sample. And none of them were above like a 3.8 something. Oh man, this is the best one. But I don't know if it's gonna break 4. I just don't know. I don't know if they have the clientele for it. I'm gonna say it's gonna be right there. I think it's gonna be right there. 396. I'm holding faith in humanity. So
okay. Faith in humanity restored because it's a 4.18.
Oh goodness! What?
Yeah.
Holy cow! Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad because I was like having this. Like, don't get me wrong. It sucks that I'm not going to get a check mark today, but like,
hey, you only got me to beat.
Did you bring a cocktail today?
No, unfortunately not.
Damn it. Could you? No, but like
you're leaving the board this wide open. You want me to walk away?
Yeah, I know, right? No, I'm actually. It makes me happy because even my original guess was going to be like low 4s, so I wouldn't have been anywhere near 418. So
right.
I'm glad it deserves a high rating. I think it's extremely good. So dang man, I wish I had more faith in myself. I guess. Or more faith in them.
More faith in Untapped is really
I guess that's true. Here. I guess that's true.
Yeah, but, scrolling through, I see at least 3 5s. So
wow.
Oh, if I click on it, it'll tell me the distribution, right? Yeah, no 4.75s. Nobody thought it was a ton perfect, but yeah, 3 5s.
Wow, 3 out of 18. That ain't bad.
That
ain't bad. No, it is a very good beer though. So I'm gonna enjoy the second half. It's gonna be good.
It seems like a neat place, though, for sure.
Yeah. I'm excited to potentially go back, and I know there's a couple other breweries. Like there's one near work that I haven't been to yet, because it's like, do I want to go after work and then drive an hour home?
Yeah.
But I would like to try it. But there's a couple other breweries that I'm like, I'm ready to start going back. It just needs to happen. For beer everywhere.
Agreed. For sure.
But what do you have? What do you have for us tonight?
Good question, Chris. This week, I am excited to bring another beer from Billings, and they are from the By All Means, or BAM Brewing, not the BAM we have up here, Brewing Academy of Montana. Different BAM.
Is there beef?
I don't know. You would think that they would have cleared this up when one of them picked the name. But
Right.
This is their experimental series, experimental lab release. It's got very like black and white, clean labeling. Mm-hmm. And it's funny, I've been playing some Portal again, and this reminds me of something that you would see in like a Portal lab.
Right.
But it is just their release 002 category lager Amber Double.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it's just called the Amber Double. I don't know. There's not really a name on here. But it says on the lab notes, rich and malty lager, smooth and dry with notes of graham cracker, cocoa, and fruit, which sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, that does sound really good.
I always like picking up new stuff from them when I can. And even though this doesn't really have much to look at on the label, excited to try it out. And we don't really do a lot of doubles and stuff on the show. So I always like to when we can have more variety of styles. Okay, so crack the can, fill up this glass, and pour one out for the soundboard this week.
Yeah,
literally.
Sad.
Yeah. Interesting nose tastes. It's definitely got a little bit of that Belgian funk that you would get with a double.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's very much like a amber brown smelling in a way, like a clean Bavarian beer.
Right.
Or like maybe even an English brown. As the aromas kind of fade, I get less of that funk. But let me get the bottom of the can in here. I really am enjoying my new, not so new anymore, but my Treehouse glass because it's the right shape and it fits a can perfectly.
Yeah, it's a good glass. That's a good glass.
Yeah, nice toasty notes, I think is what,
Right.
I get
Nice.
on the nose. But all right, I'm going to dive in.
I like beer. It makes me a jolly good fellow.
Wow. This is chewy in a way. Very full-bodied.
Okay.
Wow, it's sweet. It's like I'm eating bread in a glass. Yeah, very full mouthfeel on this one. How else could I describe it? You get some of that, a little bit of the yeast is definitely imparting some flavors of that contribute to that bread flavor I'm kind of talking about.
Yeah.
But not much. Yeah, this could be, I'm trying to think of other beers that I could use to relate this one to. It's crisp. It's a nice lager. It's just
okay.
It's a clean, bready beer. Let me go back to
these
tasting
Do you get any of that,
notes.
I was going to say, I remember you saying graham cracker. Do you get any of that graham cracker? Or?
More cracker than graham, I guess.
Fair.
I did say it was sweet, but I guess I meant more in like
malt sweet.
Malty sweet. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I you said it and I kind of picked up what you were putting down.
Good. Yeah. But yeah, they say rich and malty lager, check for sure. Get that. Smooth and dry, also check. Then they say notes of graham cracker, maybe like a shortbread, more than a graham cracker. Cocoa and fruit. I mean, fruit's kind of a vague category, right?
Right.
Just ask Tud. There's a lot of different fruits out there.
I wish he was here to tell us about all the fruits.
I don't get a ton of that cocoa. Maybe some of that ripe banana we sometimes say with Belgians, but maybe like greener banana.
Okay.
Not quite ripe banana. Those flavors haven't really matured, and it's still, yeah. So that's I guess my take on their tasting notes. I think their description of the rich and malty, smooth and dry, yes. Notes of graham cracker, cocoa, and fruit, no. But I'm enjoying it. This would be one that I would like to add to Flightboard, but it's not. Okay. This is like the Mario of Nintendo sports games of beer. It's like fives all the way down.
Okay.
It's like,
it's good. It's fine.
It's good. Yeah. It's it doesn't branch out very far in any direction, but that's not a bad thing.
Right.
It's just a nice crisp malty boy.
Yeah.
So that being said, I don't even know if there's a date on here. I don't think it really matters that much with a lager. That being said, 3.75. I think I've been saying 3.75 a lot lately, but maybe my Untapped average is creeping up a little bit the more we do the show.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, it's a 3.75. I think the average is going to be pretty low, though.
Okay.
I think that this isn't, like we said, this isn't a beer people are going to go out of their way for.
I mean, there is 170 check-ins, so basically it's like 10 times more than my beer. So
it's true. Yeah. For tonight's show, that's a good number.
Right.
170. What are people going to think of this? I think they're going to be right about me. I think they're going to give it a 3.69.
Nice. On two accounts, because first, nice. Second, it's actually liked quite a bit. It's a 4.04.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. On draft, it's a 4.15, so maybe that's what it is. the can $3.99. So yeah, apparently it's I don't know. Apparently it's well liked.
Good for these guys. I think I psyched myself out too much with thinking that Untapped fans are gonna not like this beer. But
yeah, it's always hard. It's hard to judge the Untapped-iverse.
Yeah.
So, but
especially beers like this, where it's like
right.
You know,
I mean, maybe Montanans they just love them amber lagers.
I could see that too.
I mean, it keeps them warm. It's a nice warm feeling. I mean, that's it, etc.
That's it. That's the one. That's the thing.
That's the thing, I guess. Mm-hmm. So, well, there you go.
Yeah, and I'll see if I get any of those other notes as it warms up. But honestly, the more and more of this I drink, the more those like subtle flavors are just kind of being consumed by the beer and just being like, yep, it's like a brown lager. You know?
It's tough to make a good lager, like I feel, or one that stands out, I should say. Maybe not a good lager, but it's tough to make one that like, man, I remember this lager. You know?
Yeah, I hear you.
You can do something to anything else to make it, like put brownies in it. It's gonna or whatever. But
yeah, I know what you're saying, and to kind of like to compete against the Macro Brews craft beer selection of like craft lager, it's hard to stand up against that if it's like, oh well, Budweiser can churn out like 10,000 of these. Like I really like the Michelob Amber Bock. That's a pretty good one that they have, and I that's kind of my like go-to standard as like a good lager that's actually, I don't know. Are box lagers? I think they are.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like just like a good lager from
a mass
brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give a shout out. I know I don't think I had it on the pod, but our historian of the pod, the craft handler, he works for Authentic Brewing down in Georgia.
Athens.
In Athens, Georgia, yeah. And I had one of their beers, but he gave me a rice lager to have. And I will say that rice lager was good. It was very good. It was like very crisp, very clean. So, you know, you can do stuff to make it stand out, but it has to be extremely well done. So, you know, shout out to them. Thank you for being our historian of the pod against your will. So
yeah.
Oh man. But there you go. Hey.
Yeah.
I counted myself out too soon. That was the thing.
There you go. Hard one to rate for both of us tonight. But
I know. It was very small samples of very good beer, I guess.
The one thing we can both agree on is it's a good thing that Todd didn't get a tally mark.
So. Oh no, good. He probably would have gotten it right too. And I would have forgot. I would have blocked it out in my mind, like I did the second time he did it. Apparently, which I don't think even happened. Still, pretty sure it's still not a thing.
But we got so much time left in this episode.
I know. What are we gonna do with all this? So much room for activities.
I know. I think we should go back to that list that we started last week.
Oh yeah. There's been some good lists thrown out in the Discord too.
Yeah, that's right. For people who aren't on the Discord, I started a new channel, and I think the way it's going to work for now is I'm asking everybody to just put top 5, preferably 5 that nobody else has mentioned yet, so we can get a good baseline of like, what are people's favorite East Coast breweries? And actually, okay, so if this is your first episode ever, last week we listed the first half of the top 35 breweries of the East Coast, and we had some beef with this list.
There was some. We're
going to finish the list today, but we're working on our own list in Discord. So
and we're going to number them.
We're not afraid to number them.
We're not afraid to number. But there was some there. And you know what? I think the second half of the list gets a little bit better. Oh, also, if you're not from the Northeast, please join the Discord and give us some thoughts, because
it's super heavily Northern.
It's New England biased. It's New England biased. Okay.
Yeah.
Which we all love New England beers, but still.
Well, you're holding the weight of.
I know. I gotta do the whole
of the country.
I gotta do the whole South. The craft handler, where you at? You're in Georgia. Come on now. I'm sorry. Didn't
get on that Discord.
You. Yeah, but where my Southern folks at? Go get in there. Help me out. Repping some stuff. I have it up. And I will pick up where we left off. With the Vale Brewing out of Richmond, Virginia. And we talked about this a little bit last week. I don't know if you've had them, Obert.
I have not. No.
I think I've had a few of their cans in passing, but they're another very big like IPA spot. Like they're an IPA spot of the South. And Tud I know has mentioned them before. I don't know if Tud has been there, but I know he has mentioned it before. So it's good, and it's a destination for folks that I do know.
Well worth being on the list, you think?
I think so. I mean, I was trying to think of how are we going to do it? Because like Ted was saying, he could make a list of 35 breweries in Connecticut alone that would be the top 35. So it's does every state have to get at least 2 on the list? Is that to spread it out a little bit, or is it just
I think we need something like that.
We need something like that. Every state needs to be there at the very least.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
And then I don't know. I'm just trying to I don't know. I thought about it after we talked about it last week, and I'm just man, because let's face it, we know a lot of Northeast breweries, so it's
right.
It's gonna happen.
If this was nationwide, right, what we would do is we would split the 4 up into 4 divisions, and we would do March Madness bracket style, right? And
that
so
is
you would
true.
be what's coming out of the north, what's coming out of the south.
That is true. That is true. That maybe that's the next list.
Yeah.
35 best, 64 best breweries in the country.
Next March we'll have to do that.
Yeah, there you go. Or do we make up our own March Madness? April, summer shenanigans. That's what we're gonna call it. Okay, so the next one is actually funny. It's Aslan Beer Company out of Herndon, Virginia. Now, before today, I would probably tell you that I've never had an Aslan beer. I say before today because we actually got one at Duckworth's when we went out to lunch today. So I've had an Aslan beer today.
Okay, well, I've never heard of them. So your one experience of them today has to be the whole influence on whether this makes the list or not.
So it was a volcano sauce. It was a blackberry, blueberry something with it was a sour.
Was it crunchberry?
With no crunchberries, schnozberries. Sour with lactose, and it was very good. So that one beer was very good. I don't know what else they're known for, but that was a sour, not an IPA. I'm just gonna point that out. And it was very good. Apparently they have good pizza too. I'm looking at its pizza. It looks okay. It doesn't look good, but it doesn't look great. Okay?
In Virginia?
Virginia, yeah.
So
Virginia pizza is probably
Virginia.
good.
Yeah.
It's good Virginia pizza, right? I'd eat it, but so they will also be opening facilities in Washington D.C. and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Oh, interesting. Okay,
nice. I feel like talking about the East Coast, we need one in every state. We got to at least also have a D.C.
Oh, there you go.
They also have to make the list.
Yeah. We'll have to make some guidelines, but first we're just gathering information. So, like we said, hit the Discord, do that thing. And the next one on the list we've all talked about before. Cigar City Brewing out of Tampa, High Ally is their big one there. So
I won't lie, I don't go out of my way to get their stuff. I think that they are just fine. But Florida needs something on this list. So
there's some good stuff in Florida. And this was one thing that off show we talked about was these were just, some of them are very big breweries. So it's there are some really good breweries in Florida. There's really good, this is Tampa, right outside Tampa. There's some breweries that I went to that were really good. So it's
but I can go into a gas station in Montana
and get Cigar Cities.
Get a High Line.
Yeah.
So
right. That does play a factor into it, and I'm sure this list was based on that. It doesn't really give it. They do a really nice. By the way, this list, which I think we put in the show notes, and we'll put it in again.
We didn't, but we will.
Okay. We're gonna put it in the show notes now. They do a good write up on them at least. They're not they're not
they have pictures of the pizza.
Pictures of the pizza, yeah. This next one I do like. I like this next one. Westbrook Brewing Company out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. They do a lot of really good stuff, including the Mexican cake stouts that you see all over the place. That's their big one.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of their big releases. But they do other really good beers too. So I'm okay with that. I don't know a lot of South Carolinian breweries. I know of 2.
And that's one of them.
That's one of them. I know that's one of them. I wonder if the other one's going to be on the list. I don't know. Let's find out. All right, it's not next. The next one I've not heard of, a Kane Brewing Company out of Ocean, New Jersey.
With a C, like
K.
a walking cane.
No, K like the
Citizen
wrestler
cane.
The wrestler cane.
Okay, the wrestler cane. Huh? At Ocean City.
Ocean, New Jersey. It says, yeah. Jersey Shore is known for many things: boardwalks, Zippoli's, reality TV. Award-winning cane brewing company. All types of beer, including stouts, porters, IPAs, hard seltzers, and Belgian-style ales. The brewery's Night to End All Dreams Imperial Stout has taken home several medals, including the wooden barrel-aged strong stout category in 2014 and 2020. Great American Beer Festival, and gold in the same category for the 2016 World Cup. So it sounds like this Night to End All Dreams Imperial Stout is like their
award-winning beer.
Yeah. That's their big one. So if anybody's near there, please.
My sister's near there.
There we go.
So I'll have to get
Obert's
her
sister
to hook me up with some cane brewing.
And
beer.
also me.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's only two per person. Probably. Oh man. Next up, Tired Hands Brewing Company out of Ardmore, Pennsylvania. I don't know if you've had any Tired Hands.
You know what? I'm gonna have to look at this list because I might be able to recognize it with that. You know, if I see the label, but that doesn't sound familiar. I mean, it does sound familiar.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that like I don't know if I've had them, but I've definitely heard a lot about them. I've heard they're very good. I think they're another one that mainly produces IPAs. So it's another one of those big IPA breweries that people probably go over. I did not know they were in Pennsylvania, so that's probably shame on me. But you know, I've heard good things. I don't know if I've had them. I'd have to check Untapped. I'm sure Tud has.
Yeah.
But yeah. So move on. By the way, Pennsylvania, is there coastline in Pennsylvania? I don't know. Is there?
I think Philadelphia's a
Maybe.
port city.
Is it? Okay. I have to look at a map.
You got to get up the Chesapeake Bay.
You got to go in there
to get there. So
okay.
Yeah. Everybody's talking about the Pennsylvania shore. It's the Jersey Shore.
That's true. Went to the beach in Pennsylvania. Next one, Brooklyn Brewery out of Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's a good one. I don't know if it's top 35.
This is a brewery that I have had several kegs of. The Brooklyn Summer.
Right. You enjoy the Brooklyn Summer.
Brooklyn Summer is good, and it was one of my favorite go-to summer beers for a long time. And I've also been to the brewery, taken the tour there, which I think is enough for me to say bottom half of the top 35 list for sure. But they make it,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
they're if they didn't brew Brooklyn Summer, I wouldn't consider it. But they make other good beers, but that's the one that really puts them over the finish line for me.
Got you. I've had the Brooklyn Summer. It's pretty good. I'm not upset about that. Next one is Jack's Abbey Craft Lagers.
Oh, okay.
Out of Framingham, Massachusetts. We know them.
Yeah.
But obviously every lager imaginable. So taste almost every lager imaginable. So we've all had them. I think they're good.
Yeah.
I can't think of like a ton of their stuff. I know I've had a few of them. I have not been to the brewery though. So
no, I don't think I have either. But yeah, they're a different brewery, which I like.
Right.
You know, like a lot of these ones, you're like, oh, they make this crazy sours, or like every IPA that has already been made. But
right.
It's nice to see more of the like a lagering brewery on the list.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially drinking a lager tonight, I guess.
There you go.
Makes me appreciate them more.
You're in the mood for it already. So next one, okay, Evil Twin Brewing out of Queens, New York. I know Evil Twin.
I didn't know they were in New York City.
Yeah, I think they brew out of 12% too.
They probably like collaborate with some 12%.
Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. I definitely think. Yeah, I thought that was a thing, but maybe not.
Could be.
But anyways, they know they make good stuff.
Yeah.
I think I've had a lot of their. No, that's not true because I've had a couple. They have really really good beer names. Their beer names are very top notch. Mm-hmm. There's some really really good ones, and some of them are very long, like comedically long. I've had a few of their stouts before, and I've definitely had some of their IPAs. I think I prefer their like non-IPAs comparative to.
I think I've had some of their stouts too that were like 16% or something crazy.
Yeah, I think did they do the Molotovs, that Molotov series? I don't know if you've had those. I did not like those. I will say that. Those were too much for me.
Are they spicy? Is that the?
No, they're super high alcohol. Like they just taste like straight alcohol. Like I don't know. Maybe now that my palate's changed because that was a long time ago. But
you've had now that you've had another decade to destroy your palate eating.
Right, exactly.
Junk food.
Now that nothing tastes right anymore.
Yeah.
But I would try it again. Tell you what, Evil Twin, I'll try it again. If you're the right people. All right, so this next one I had beef with when I was reading it the first time.
Okay.
And it's one out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. And so this is representing hometown.
This is repping my hometown, yeah, where I grew up my whole life. And this is Noda Brewing Company.
So to me, it sounds like they're out of North Dakota already, but
yeah, not a good start.
Yeah.
No, Noda is a part of Charlotte. It's north of
Dakota Avenue.
Yeah, Dakota Avenue.
Or North Dakota for sure.
No, and I'm not sure exactly what Noda means. I probably should know. I've been living here for 3 years, but
Taoist Tripla.
Yeah. But okay, Noda isn't bad. It's not a bad brewery. It is nowhere near the best brewery in Charlotte. It's not even close. Like, not even close.
Is it the biggest brewery in Charlotte? Like, do they distribute far?
That's what I was like. I mean, I don't know, because like Old Mecklenburg Brewing is like pretty big. Like they distribute a lot, but they're like German style beers. So they do like primarily German style beers. It's actually, that's a really cool spot. Like if that were on the list, I'd be like, okay, well it's a really it's got like a full blown like German banquet hall style feel. It's like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they got the vibe.
Yeah. Now I haven't been to Noda. Maybe they have a likewise thing, but I'm telling you, it's not the best brewery in Charlotte. Like this one, I don't think belongs on the list.
Get it out of here.
Get it out of here. I could replace it with 3 other, and like especially like Charlotte isn't. We're not on the coast, so it's like there's probably better breweries to the east, and there's definitely some to the west if you go all the way to Asheville. So
as someone from Montana, it does seem like you take particular exception with what they're defining as East Coast. Whereas to me, I'm like, yeah, they're whatever.
They're over there.
It's East Coast.
I guess
sure.
That's true. Eventually, we touch the water, but still, I don't know. I'm just like
Chris is like, if you can't be sitting at the bar, kick off your shoes, and walk out to the sandy beach into the water, you're not an East Coast brewer. Watch that sunrise.
That's so true, though. That's how it should be. Oh man! All right, next up, going down to Hotlanta for Atlanta Brewing Company. So I've not heard of them.
No,
I don't know.
ABC, never. I don't know.
Yeah, Atlanta Brewing Company, but it is founded by a former Guinness executive back in 1993. So that's a fun fact. Such as the Bikini Bottom Pineapple Sour Ale and Bohemian Raspberry Stout. Ooh, sounds good.
Those are good names.
They are good names. The brewery has even partnered with the Georgia Aquarium. Cool. Well, I mean, I've not had them. Oh, here's another one. Oh, golly. I skipped ahead. I read the next one and I'm mad again.
Brandon, write in.
Yeah, please let us know.
How's ABC?
Atlanta Brewing Company. All right. Next one made me mad again because Asheville is now on the list. Asheville's on the list, everybody.
And you're mad about it?
I'm mad about it. It's Highland Brewing Company.
Okay.
And again, it's not bad.
Did we go there?
No, I don't think we did. I've had their mixed packs before. And I don't think I've been to the brewery even in some of the other trips I've been out there. But maybe we can talk about this more when we get to the end of the list, but what would you replace this one with? Out of Asheville, probably Burial.
Are they not on this list? We haven't seen them so far.
They aren't so far.
Okay.
Now, so here we go. Highland Brewing Company made local history by being the first brewery to open in Asheville since Prohibition. So I bet you that has some play to it.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's kind of a neat distinction. And the beer isn't bad, but still.
Yeah, I do think, not to throw shade at older breweries, but I think any brewery that opened before 2010, which coincidentally was like, the year I turned 21 or 22, has just like...
They're all poopy garbage.
Yeah. I don't say baggage, but like they did things the old way. And a lot of new breweries, I feel like, are a lot more innovative. Yeah. So I look at things like Atlanta Brewing Company out of Georgia that formed in '93. I'm like, I bet you I could go in there and get 7 beers that they've had in rotation for 15 years. You know, I'm like, they're probably fine, but they're nothing. There's nothing with any of the new hops that have been bred and invented since, the last couple decades. But
yeah, I mean, I really think about when I think about like breweries that were older, that have not adapted, like as the other side of the coin is like Hooker Brewing Company. Like they were like fine. I mean, but they've been open for 1 trillion years. Like they brewed the same beers, and then they got a couple like ownership changed hands, and then
they got
brewers
a new
changed.
brewer, yeah.
Yeah, and I know Jonas, one of my friend, very very high quotes on friend, but a person that I know was their brewer for a little bit, and they really kind of revamped everything. Like they released all these really really big IPAs and like those cereal beers that were coming out for a little bit there. Like they did a bunch. The Super Duper Double Citra, the one that looked like the
Double Dare.
Double Dare, there it is, yeah. So, I mean, they really did revamp a lot of stuff, and I think they kind of came back to the forefront of, like, the Connecticut market for a little bit there. Don't hear about them as much anymore, but...
No, you don't. That's funny.
But the hashtag no filter, I'll probably still drink if I see it. So.
Yeah, that's the one I was trying to remember. That was a really good one.
Yeah, that was a good one, yeah. Next one...
Wait, but I didn't get to say... So, for me, it wasn't a brewery per se... But the Funkatorium.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Is that Wicked Weed?
Yeah.
That was such a different place. It's kind of like other breweries that have this like special like sour thing they do. And it was like just this super interesting, complex beers that they had there. Just like
the
blew me away.
Yeah. That is a place. Like if you go to Asheville, I tell you to go to a few places, and that's always one of them. I'm like, you have to go to the Funkatorium. You have to go to Burial, of course. You have to go to Funkatorium. I always tell them about One World. I enjoyed One World a lot.
Yeah.
But there's other ones too. I mean, shoot. I mean, I want to go back so bad. I was just talking about it today, and I was like, or yesterday, and I was like, golly, I miss it, and I don't live that far. Just gotta go. Just gotta go. But next one is a homegrown one back up in Connecticut. Two Roads Brewing Company.
Okay. Yeah. All right, making the list.
Making the list, and it does mention its second facility, Area 2 Experimental Brewing.
That's just like the Funkatorium. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like OEC. OEC's the same way. It's like that special sours like that are funky off the wall. But yeah, so it does say I think maybe Area 2 is linked, like kind of looped in with Two Roads in this. So I've not been to Area 2 yet. Gotta go.
Yeah. No, I think they make really good beer.
Yeah.
They started strong. They started with all the marketing and distributing everywhere, and they really came in knowing what they were doing when they opened. And I think they're still making pretty good beer. Like, I think Tud's going to be kind of...
Yeah, Tud will be mad about this one.
Tud's going to have a lot of thoughts on this because he's going to be like, there's so many better breweries in Connecticut. But again, It's like, I bet you if there ever is a Connecticut beer that makes it to Montana, it would be coming out of Two Roads.
Probably. Or something at 12%. But next one I've not had, but I'm interested by the labels on the can, or the bottle rather. Union Craft Brewing out of Baltimore, Maryland.
Huh.
Yeah. I kind of like there's some barrel-aged imperial stouts shown, and it kind of looks like an old school label with like, it's very plain. It's like almost old school white, like an off-white. It almost looks like it would be like a old school like whiskey label almost.
Okay.
Like something like that. Kind of a nice...
Fresh off the printing press.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Lagers, Pilsners, IPAs, and other ales, including the brewery's very first Duckpin Pale Ale. Oh, interesting. Duckpin Pale Ale. No, I've not even heard of these folks.
Well, last week we talked about another Baltimore brewery, didn't we?
Like on the list?
It was Maryland. Another Maryland brewery that you said. I think it was Flying Dog that you said. You were these guys aren't even the best I wouldn't even put them on the best out of Maryland.
Right.
Yeah. We went to a brewery in Baltimore together.
Yeah. Heavy Seas Brewing Company.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
And I was a big fan of them.
Yeah, they were good. I don't think there's any love for them on this list. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
The tour guide made the tour. Like
the tour was definitely better than the beer, I feel like.
Yeah, no, 100%. But the beer was very good. Tour guide was 5 stars. He was spectacular. Sang to us and everything. It was really good. It's just so funny how like I've been on. I mean, I assume you too. 100 brewery tours. I don't know, like a lot of brewery tours. Maybe not 100. And like there's a few that stick out in my mind, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
The Harpoon one's the other one. The other one. All right, we got a few more on the list. Next up is Whalers Brewing Company out of South Kingston, Rhode Island. I've not heard of these folks.
No, I think we need Tud's input on this one because there's like a few hidden gems in the rough.
Yeah, there is.
In Rhode Island. I wouldn't put this on the list though.
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's no Gray Sale.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about them. So, Oxbow Brewing Company, Newcastle, Maine. I've not been here either.
No,
but,
and Tud goes up there to Portland all the time, right?
Right. And I don't know where Oxbow is in particular, but I will say if this is what the brewery looks like, I wouldn't go there.
It definitely seems a little shack-like, but
yeah.
Well, the list describes it as a truly enchanting farmhouse brewery.
Oh, okay.
So maybe you go there and you're enchanted, and then you actually do like it.
Yeah, and then you stay there forever while they eat you. Scenic Pond. Okay, so it does sound nice. Rustic Taproom, Walking Trail, Scenic Pond. It sounds nice. I'm sure the beer's fine. I'm sure the beer's probably good. I mean, top 35. They put it on the list.
Yeah. This is another one we'll have to get Tud to weigh in on next week.
I know. Ted's going to come back all mad.
Oh, yeah. He's going to have thoughts.
He's going to have thoughts for sure. Voodoo Brewing Company, Meadville, Pennsylvania. Another one. I've heard of Voodoo Brewing Company. I don't know off the top of my head if I've had any of them.
Yeah, I think I'm confusing them with Victory. Was that also on this list?
Yeah, no, actually it was. It was on there. So
okay.
Yeah, I missed that one. But yeah, I don't know if I've had any of their beers. I'd have to look on Untappd again. So another one that we just kind of have to leave up to it. You know?
Can't comment either way.
Right. I don't know if it'll end up on our list.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that like there can't be breweries that none of us have ever had that make the list because we want to be objective here, right?
Right. We're gonna try. Trogs is on here. Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Like Trogs.
Yeah, Trogs is good.
I've been to that brewery 3 or 4 times actually. Shout out to the Mad Elf. Yeah. Oh
yeah, I know you guys are a fan of the Mad Elf.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite. I like the Nimble Giant. I try to look for that when I see it. That's a good one for me. But it's a solid brewery. A decent amount of Pennsylvania breweries. It's like 3 or 4 on the list.
And they don't even they're not even East Coast. So.
They're not even East Coast. And then I think, last but not least, for sure,
we got to the bottom already.
Liquids.
Oh,
finally made it. Waitsfield, Vermont. Now, okay, Vermont also. There's no East Coast in Vermont. You can't. There's a whole Massachusetts there, but
that's true. But they are further east than almost, probably 30 of the other breweries on this list.
That's true. 95% of the USA. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But we've talked about it before. We love Lawson's. They're so good.
There's one that's smaller brewery than I think some of these other ones, but still like decent size. Like I said, you can find them in Connecticut. They absolutely deserve to make it on this list.
Oh yeah! Oh wow! Lawson's original brew house is now an Airbnb. What?
Oh,
Let's go. DAWF Con. There you go. I wonder how much it is. It's got a link to Airbnb. I wonder if it's a link to it. Open. Lawson's Finest Brewery. $300 a night. That's not that bad.
No,
that's not that bad. Okay. Listen. Imagine the smells in that house. They're probably amazing.
Yeah, I think we should do it.
Let's do it.
It's got 7 beds.
7. Dang.
Yeah. So it's the 3 co-hosts, and then our 4 of our VIP fans can book tickets for DOFCON.
DOFCON. There we go. In the Lawson's Finest Liquids old brew house. So there we go.
Okay, well, at least they ended on one that I agree with.
Yeah, that is true. And listen, whoever wrote this article did their best. Okay, they did their best.
I hope so.
Taylor, you did your best. I think you did an okay job. Now I think we can do a better job. That being said,
that's without a question.
Being said, I think we could do better. We are an East Coast brewery at heart. Only 1/3 of us is on the East Coast if you go by my standards, but
right.
But at heart, we're an East Coast brewery.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are definitely 35 breweries that exist on the East Coast.
That is true. That is 100% true. Well,
by my standards.
By your standards. My standards, I don't know, a little bit harsher. That's probably like 30. Vermont, sorry, Lawson.
Yeah.
I was even going to cut out Charlotte, so that means Asheville's gone. Pennsylvania, you're out. Not enough. It's not enough.
Philadelphia makes it, but Pittsburgh doesn't.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So how do we want to do this with our list? We just want to come up with like 50 and then cut it down to 35.
Whittle it down. We'll have to have like a larger group. Yeah, we'll have to have like it's kind of like the NBA playoffs now, where it's like, there has to be like a play-in to the 30, or an NFL roster where we cut it down to 35, and then we order it. So we're gonna have to. I don't know. It's gonna be hard. If anyone wants to help us out with this, please let us know.
Yeah, we could use all the help that you're willing to give. We could
use smart people to help us out.
Yeah.
And make sure you're going into the Discord and posting like your top 5, especially if you're not from New England. If you are from New England, also cool. But like, Craft Handler, we looking at you holding down all of Georgia.
Yeah.
Let's go. I know we have some Florida listeners out there. Come on, let's get some Florida breweries repped. So, because it's gonna be tough. But we are gonna have to come up with guidelines. That's for sure. I feel like every state needs to be on there at least once, maybe twice. Like I think that's only fair.
At least once for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of how many states it is.
Yeah, I don't know either. I guess, are you counting
We'll
Vermont?
have to do counting. No, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what we get.
Yeah.
I'll have my own list.
I know. Well, that's the thing is, I think we're when we start to hash it out amongst the co-hosts is where we're going to get into some issues. But fortunately, there's going to be no ties. It's going to be
no ties.
Yeah.
We're going from 1 to 35.
Yeah.
They'll be in order. It'll be a whole thing.
No, I'm excited.
Man.
Too.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I'm excited about it.
Yeah. So if your favorite brewery from the East Coast isn't on this list and you don't want to sign up for Discord, email us at DEWF
There you go.
And tell us why, too, if you want. If you think we've never been there, tell us why it's got to make it on the list.
And if we've not been there, it has to be pretty, it has to woo us. It has to sway us into putting it on the list.
We have to see it and go, woo.
Yeah. Sending beer never hurts.
Right. That is, I'll tell you what, you could, any one of the 35 that we've already shit on this list, you can send us beer. It's going to get it back on that list.
It'll go back on. We've said it from episode 1. We can be bought.
Oh,
man.
All right. Well, I guess it's that time of the episode.
It is. It's that time.
Flew by already so quickly.
I know.
Yeah. Where we head over to the freezer, open it up, take out our Frosty mug of wisdom, but the two-handled kind.
Right.
And fill it up with wisdomy wisdom, advice, life hacks, tips, tricks, recent Amazon purchases. Who knows? We'll find out. Jordan, take it away.
Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle. Mug of wisdom! Drink. Mug of wisdom!
All right. Thank you. As always, Jordan, check him out. Wreck My Podcast. 2 handles on the mug this week. And it will be, I'm going to give it to you to hand out as I deliver these honk, 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 congratulatory honks.
Why, thank you.
For the man of people, Chris.
My hard-earned tally mark tonight.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna turn that mug. I don't have to turn around. I could just hand you your
right.
handle on
you can
it.
hand it right back.
I'm gonna hand it right back to you.
Yeah.
I'll let you go first.
Okay, I like it. And this is a follow-up handle to one I did a while ago. I did pasta making, probably sometime late last year in the winter. Well, I recently got the Kitchenaid pasta roller attachment, and tell you what, it's a total game changer. If you thought
pasta roller,
yeah. So if you thought that making pasta at home was too inexpensive and too quick, well, let me tell you, do I have the product for you? If you want to spend $40 to buy an attachment for your KitchenAid to make your own pasta, which you then takes even longer to make, well, you are in luck, because do I have the link for you?
I'm very confused so far. Continue.
No, I talked about making pasta. It's basically flour and eggs, right? That's all you got to do. Make it into a dough and then roll it out and then cut it into strips. Well, it's really hard to get it a consistent thickness and thin enough by using a rolling pin, because the dough is quite dry and it's not very easy to work with. So,
right.
But they sell KitchenAid attachments where it's just like 2 rollers that extrude out the dough like it's Play-Doh. And,
okay.
They have different settings for, and you kind of got to make it, you got to run it through a couple times to make it thinner and thinner and thinner to get to the setting you want based on what, whether you want lasagna noodles or linguine or spaghetti or something thinner. But made some this weekend. It was phenomenal. Follow up to that vodka sauce recipe, because I used that too. Made some more vodka sauce with it, and it's like whole next level. I'll say this:
nice.
It's obviously more expensive than the $3 box of pasta you're going to buy at the store. But
right.
It's probably you use the pasta roller twice, and you've saved yourself money if you would going out to get this high quality pasta meal at a nice Italian restaurant.
Okay, all right, I see. So it as a habitual box spaghetti user,
right?
It tastes better.
Oh
than...
yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's like night and day. It's like if you ever been to a restaurant that had some of the best pasta you've ever had. This is how they make it. It's the same stuff. Like I said, it's just flour and eggs. It's nothing too crazy to make your own pasta. But that's the trick. That's how you got to do it. Is put the labor of love in and make the dough. And it's fun. It's easy.
Nice.
Once you have if you already have a KitchenAid.
Right. If not, it's a very expensive endeavor.
Yeah. Just make pasta a few thousand times and it'll pay for itself. Start a pasta company. But yeah, there'll be a link in the show notes.
Cool.
If you have a KitchenAid and you're like, man, this thing's collecting dust, and boy, do I like pasta, but don't make it from scratch at all. Check it out.
This is it for you. Mm-hmm. Nice. Okay. All right. I can get behind that.
All right. Well, I'm shoving the mug back your direction.
Whoa! You almost spilt it. So I think we talked about it at the top, but it was it's getting to be 80, 85 degrees everywhere in the country now. Just kind of how it goes. And one thing that returns with this nice weather is grilling season. Grilling season is upon us. Definitely here.
I fired up the grill tonight.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say not so East Coast for sure is doing in the grill season. So when we moved here a couple years, 3 years ago, we bought a grill for I don't know $200-300 whatever. One of them 5-burner joints from Lowe's. Yeah, from a store. And 3 years of pretty heavy use. A lot of the stuff was it was like burnt out and rusted, and there was hot spots, and it was just like caked on crap and all that stuff. So one recommendation that I have for you, and something I did the other day, is we bought replacement kits for all of the burners.
Okay.
and all of the tents and
I thought
everything.
The handle's gonna be a new grill.
Nope. Reuse that grill. If
right.
it's not rust, and it was relatively easy. I could do it with relative ease, and saying that is something. Okay, like I'm not the most handy of folks. Let's just say that. But got in there and like cleaned up 3 years of rust in like the bottom of the grill wasn't rusted at all, but like all the burners and stuff were caked and gross, and some of them just like kind of I touched them and they came off, and I was like, this is probably bad. And replaced it all. Scraped out all the gunk in the tray and all that fun stuff. It was pretty gross. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's pretty gross, but fired it up and cooked some burgers and dogs the other day. That baby got hot. She got hot.
Nice.
It was like, and it was nice and even. So, I think the kit was like, obviously do your due diligence, look up your own.
Yeah, don't buy
grill.
the kit that just we like in the show notes. This is whatever for the Chris's grill.
Right. Like, do your due diligence. I think there's a lot of like, one fits most kind of things, like, generic parts, but it cost me like $50, I think it was, for like everything you need to redo the inside of the grill outside of like drip pans and stuff, and the grates. Like the grates are extra if you want to do it. I just cleaned ours up. Fine. Good to go. So, if you have a grill a couple years old, maybe it's on, not doing as well as it should. Instead of going out buying a new grill for a couple $100, save yourself $200, $300, and revamp that old grill. Works as good as new-ish. Tell you, got hot the other day.
Well, I think this is a handle for me. But
okay.
Here's one thing. Like, they get nasty after a while, these grills. Sit through a couple winters, then summers. It's just like, it's a whole dark pit of mystery in there. Like, food falls down. I don't know what happens in there. Like, there's just everything that happens under those grates. I don't really know. So
Right.
I want to hire somebody to do this. I just want to be like, listen, here's my grill. Just make it look new, and you deal with come in with a biohazard hazmat suit on, clean it up, and empty all the grease out, because I don't want to deal with that.
Right. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. That part was a little gross. Like I had I took like I had a glove on, and then I had like a plastic bag over it. I'm just scraping this crap out of the bottom of the grill. I'm telling you, it was not a pleasant thing, but it was definitely not. It wasn't pleasant, but it is done. I don't have to worry about it anymore.
For a couple of years, you got it. It's good.
Yeah, good for a couple of years at least, unless I do what I want to do.
But no, this is a timely handle. This is the time of year to get that out. Get that spring
it's the time to do it.
Cleaning done.
There you go.
Yeah,
do it.
We'll have to add a category of beers for like grill cleaning beers.
Ugh, no, don't even drink beer. Drink beer after you can stand there at the grill.
Clean grill beers.
Clean grill. Look how nice it is.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. The beers will get too, unless you have like a hat, one of them hats with the silos on it. So there you go. Clean your grill. Take care of it, and it will cook food good for you. That's what they say.
That is what they say.
And with that, we'd like to thank you for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in today. First, we want to thank the breweries for today's beers. I'd like to thank Hoptown Brewing Company, the OG, the one and only, for their Disco Kid Sour.
And I want to thank, by all means, for this lager. It was pretty good.
Make sure you're going in, checking out that Discord. We talked about it a lot. Put in those beers. We need suggestions. Send us beers if you want to woo us. If you would like to woo us, make sure you're Discord, not Discord savvy. Head over to the email. Follow that email at dawpodcast@gmail.com. You can send everything there. Send just regular emails though. I know we talked about it. We miss our mailbag. We miss the mailbag. So yeah, I mean, I actually have room in my house now. Well, because we've trampled all the letters down, obviously. So please go ahead and send us some emails, all that fun stuff. Check us out on Patreon. We are available on Patreon. Listen, I am bad at doing stuff in a timely manner, so I apologize for that. But we do love our patrons, and you do eventually get some extra stuff. And it helps support, our hosting fees, things like that. If we ever do upgrades to the podcast, it comes directly from our Patreon account. So it helps us out a lot in those regards. So we thank you for that, and we appreciate it as always.
That's right. I I will say this, if you don't have Discord and you're also not email savvy, you can just tell us your top 5 favorite breweries right in an iTunes review. Just go on there, give us 5 stars, and tell us your 5 favorite breweries. And
there you go.
We'll make sure we add them to the list.
Yeah, they'll get on there for sure. Mm-hmm. They'll be in consideration for the top of the list. We save the top of the list for Patreon reviews. Subscribers and iTunes reviews. Oh man. But yes, thank you all for listening, and my name's Chris.
And I'm Obert. And remember, if you're drinking alone, do it with friends.
I got a little bit of beer left.
Yeah,
the crowler is more than I.
Well, the thing is,
I thought.
We needed 3 people's worth of beer, even though there's only 2 of us. So
right,
we just decided to give all tons extra beer.
Yeah, we always consume the same amount. It's just so if there's ever a singular drinking alone, it's gonna be a messy show.
Yeah, 48 ounces of beer. 1 person.
The edit is going to be a nightmare.
I was thinking about that today, trying how I would do drinking alone.
I don't know.
Just a train wreck.
I mean, I talk to Air 3 times a week, but at least there's people chatting. You know? I don't know. Maybe we'll do it one day. That's Patreon exclusive.